Hello, how are we all doing? Last night I shared something that kind of gobsmacked me a little bit. I remembered that I'd had a dream this time last year, so exactly a year ago. I had a dream that something was coming that was going to affect the whole world, and there was people in different countries watching this what looked like a storm approaching, and there was nothing that we could do to stop it or prevent it. And people had to run and hide in their buildings and hide in their homes. And the feeling was that when we came out, what would be left, or what would be still surviving, or how would life look after this approaching storm? Because when I came out of where I was hiding, all the shops were shut, everything was derelict, there was hardly any people around. It was really strange and quite eerie thinking about it now. But I then went on and I shared on my Instagram yesterday, there's a link in my bio if you want to see. I shared a bit about what positives are going to come out of this for so many people, because I do believe so many people are kind of starting to question, what we put our faith in, and where we feel our security has been, whether it be money or our jobs, or and lots of people are reassessing their life at this time. But I spoke about creativity just starting to bubble up out of people, new ways of doing things, people starting YouTube channels, people really getting into their art, a very creative lifestyles that were going to come out, or your passion for things were going to come up and rise out of this difficult time. But for other people, it would feel like their world had crumbled and everything had been destroyed, and everything they had their hope set on or their security in had gone. So I was quite gobsmacked, but also encouraged, because I do feel that so many of us are reassessing and looking at the way that we've lived, and maybe now is the time almost for new beginnings. So whatever you made excuses for before, that you thought you couldn't do because that's not your 9 to 5, or that's not going to bring in the money, or whatever, now is the perfect opportunity for you to embrace your creativity and really flow with what's in here. And it was so like living from your heart space, living from your passion, and a really new way of living your life. So I'm just going to pull a card from each of my decks here, just to see if there's anything fresh that's come out, because I do feel like so many people also, I was talking about people are going to have spiritual awakenings. So if you're starting to feel like you're questioning things, or you're having dreams, feel symbolic, then start to really write them down. Or if you start sensing things, or you feel like you're having premonitions, or these gifts are coming up out of you, don't ignore that, because that is something that I do believe is going to come out of this time. So I'm just going to literally pull one card from each deck and see if any kind of prominent message comes out. And please, I love it when people feedback. Like yesterday I was on the chat with some really old friends from last year on the tribe, when we used to do our live videos and talk about our spiritual awakenings, and all of us were sensing exactly the same things. And we were in the time together when these visions were taking place, and this sense of there would come a time where it get a bit dark, and people who were spiritually intuitive would be like the lighthouses, shedding light and bringing hope where people are maybe feeling afraid or uncertain. And I do believe that this is part of that time, and we don't know where it's going to go, but we're seeing little bits. Transformation. Yes. This is a transformative time period. You're experiencing enormous change right now, which is going to bring great blessings. I cannot emphasize that enough. It may seem like everything's crumbling, but just like the caterpillar Yeah, goes into the chrysalis. It has to crumble, mush, turn into milch before it emerges. It's not just putting on a new coat. It completely annihilates and then re-changes its form. So yeah, this is a time of transformation, huge transformation for some, because this might be the beginning of having to trust in something higher than you, or something outside of what you've known before. So it's going to cause a lot of questioning for some people. And for others, we may have been on this journey a little bit longer. It doesn't make us any different. It just means perhaps we're more aware that we don't have to panic. The universe has our back, and this is a time of delving in deep. Oh, this one. Oh. You're kidding me. Transformation. Same flipping card. Things are changing at a cellular level. There is deep healing going on. 2 transformational cards, peeps. Can't write that. I'm going to pop them there. 2 transformational... I mean, if that ain't a message, I don't know what is. And finally, transformation pops out of this. I will giggle. Don't think it has a transformational card, but we'll see. So yeah, so what can you do? Go meditate. Go within. Don't just go, oh, my logical mind's telling me that this will bring in some money, and my logical mind's telling me no. Just go within. Go and meditate. Spend some time asking, praying, seeking, and you will find the answers, because the answers lie within you. The witness. I'm seeing here this eye on this hand. And that eye is not a physical eye. It's not positioned on the face. It's on his hand or her hand. And I think this is about having your third eye or your spiritual eyes open at this time. And being able to see beyond the physical time and space. Being able to see beyond your circumstances and seeing the truth of what's really happening here. What might be really happening here for you? What could this time mean for you to be transforming? How is that going to look? How are you transforming? What's transforming in your mind, the way you're thinking, in your heart space? So today I just encourage you to, if you can, there's so much on YouTube, like meditations. Ask to be led or guided towards a meditation that's going to work for you. I quite like Madeleine Reinhardt. What's My Next Move on YouTube, which is quite good, and that may bring something up for you. When I last did her What's My Next Move meditation, I had lots of downloads and things that I was told that are actually happening now. So I did get answers to my questions. But you don't have to choose her. Just ask for a meditation on YouTube, and just get quiet and ask your heart, ask your higher good. Ask God, Source, whatever you refer to, what's bigger than us, and ask what is happening in this time period for me. What am I transforming into? What is changing? What's happening here? There's many, many exciting possibilities that can come out of this time of seeming chaos and sadness, but there is a rebirth. There are things birthing, and you will have things within you that need to be birthed. So check in and let me know, what is anything coming up for you, or go and have this meditation and come back and let me know, did something come up? Or if you have any questions, just comment. If you're not on my YouTube channel, I put up pretty regular content, and if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification of when I'm doing a yoga class, or I have a fresh reading, or I have some insight. So it'd be great to connect to you over there as well. Big love.